We'll now move on to our formal session and the very first session of today evening. It's an honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Sumnesh Joshi, as the Deputy Director General at the Ministry of Communications and IT, Government of India. Mr. Joshi has been a pivotal force behind numerous transformative initiatives, leveraging his extensive knowledge and visionary foresight in technology. Today, Mr. Joshi will enlighten us with key insights and strategic wisdom, sharing invaluable experiences that will guide our journey to the realm of technological evolution and innovation. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Sumnesh Joshi. Can we hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen? Let us immerse ourselves in the richness of his insights.
And first of all, I will here, respected Kunte sir is here, so maybe I will set the tone, but of course, the sir's wisdom and experience will more enlighten us in this journey. Because sir has seen a lot of changes in the ecosystem. Just to start with, the digital India, when we are talking about all the innovation, etc. So, of course, the digital India. The vision of the digital India set by Honorable Prime Minister in 2014. And our objective is to make India a $1 trillion digital economy. And last year in the month of July, at the Digital India Summit at the Gandhinagar, the Honorable Prime Minister termed that the next 10 years will be known as a decade. So this decade, every service or whatever benefit we are giving, all the processes are driven by the technology. So technology is playing a very pivotal role to make all the services very convenient and smooth for the beneficiary or for the customer or for the resident, whatever we say. So now how we can innovate around the technology, and we all know that today in the era of AI, ML, artificial intelligence, machine language, Internet of Things, 5G is coming, right? And I can say proudly that in the last year, in the month of October, Prime Minister has launched this 5G in our country, and it is one of the fastest rollout in our country. We have a 3 lakhs tower plus in the 5G. Nowhere in the world is like this. This is the pace that we are delivering the services, and very soon we will have the 5G services. And we have not stopped here from the connectivity point of view, because connectivity is very, very critical piece in the entire digital ecosystem. Whatever the application innovation you are doing, to deliver those services in the remotest corner of the country, we require the connectivity. And again, the definition of the connectivity is not that, yes, we are simply connected on the mobile or simply just, okay, data connected or message is going or WhatsApp is going. See, we require a very high-speed connectivity. That is, 4G connectivity is required everywhere, and 5G, of course, it is coming. So again, there's an ambitious project has been undertaken at the Department of Telecommunication to cover remaining villages where 4G is not there, right, from the USO fund. That project has already on the way, and very soon we will have the high-speed connectivity everywhere in our country. So that is the critical piece that. And another, when we innovate, so I always say that the ecosystem should be ready whenever we launch any product. So I give the example that in 2008, BSNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, launched the IPTV. And that time, 2G mobile phone, 256 kbps internet speed. Not much of the contents are available, but the product was there. But it means the entire ecosystem was not ready to adopt that product, and then product failed. And now see today, the same IPTV is doing wonder. In everywhere, every phone is the IPTV, and all OTT, Netflix, Prime, everything and everyone is consuming that. So it means today the ecosystem is ready, and the product is really doing wonder. And similarly, you can see the UPI, the 10 billion transaction in a month, right? But just think, if this product has been launched before 2014, it is the same success. It was not. Because that time, the bank accounts were not there. Here, everything is happening through the bank account. And that time, many of the people are not having the bank account in the absence of the legal or identity So all your vegetable vendors, street hawkers, no one was having this bank identity or bank account. But in 2014, when Honorable Prime Minister has launched the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana to open the bank account using the Aadhaar, the digital identity. So 50 crore plus bank accounts have been opened. And these are the people now having the bank account. And this is the real empowerment we have given to the people using the technology or the digital public good infrastructure, Aadhaar, that identity is there, bank account is there, now UPI is doing wonder. And now maybe many of you are using, I think, the UPI, the QR code for the transaction, even the 5 rupees or the 10 rupees. Sometimes we struggle that we are not finding 10 rupees not in the wallet because everything is, on the digital. So, and in this year, in the G20 presidency, India has shown the rest of the world this power of the DPI. And now the very countries are after us that how we can use this DPI, and UN is also working, and now entire world is working. The goal set by the India to use the DPI to create innovations in the different services. So, and when we talk about the ecosystem, to deliver the services particularly, so what you require first is the KYC, of course, in the banking sector or any other sector. So KYC now with the Aadhaar, it's fine. So everything is set. Using the Aadhaar, you can do the KYC, that is a paperless manner. The presence-less manner, maybe the self-assisted mode. And there's, maybe, I don't know how many of us opened the bank account recently. It's a video KYC, just give the Aadhaar and authentication. So there's no need to visit the bank branch. The bank person says that you can open bank account yourself only, right? That's it. The bank account is open. And you, like National Pension Saving Scheme, so many products, just in 2 minutes, open the NPS account and there's agreement. So agreement also you can sign using the e-sign. So, see how these technological digital public infrastructure are changing the way we design the services, all the IT services and for the benefit of the consumers. So, identity is there, and then connectivity, of course, I explained, everywhere is there. The mobile connectivity is 1.2 billion plus mobile connection, and now very soon all are 4G connection or 5G connection. Then the third piece of the ecosystem is, okay, at the last mile, how you are going to consume or how you are going to deliver the services. So you require some devices. And earlier the smartphone cost was very high. And the last 9 years, the manufacturing companies has increased from 2 to 170. So 270 plus. And now mobile are getting manufactured in India, and the cost of the smartphone is $70. Just 6,000 rupees, you can get a good smartphone and you can consume all the services, right? So this piece is also now is ready in the ecosystem. So identity, connectivity, and this device, affordable smart device to deliver the service or consume the service. And then fourth point is that, okay, what is the cost to deliver service? Because if any organization is innovating or going to give some services at the last mile. So earlier, the cost was around $25 to acquire a customer, because it's very difficult, because you have to send a person in the village, and then maybe after 10, maybe sometimes people would say no to the service. So it's a very huge cost that time. That time paper you have to sign, and then lots of cost. But now with this all DPI, like Aadhaar and e-sign and UPI, everything is available. So it's just $1. $1 you can give the service. It's very less cost. And even in the Aadhaar, earlier they were charging rupees 20 per transaction. It is reduced to rupees 3 per transaction. So a huge reduction in the cost. So cost to acquire a customer has drastically down. So now it's on the industry to innovate more and more product and reach out to the masses in our country. Because all, the constituent of the ecosystem, digital ecosystem is ready. And another piece is the digital locker. It is still untapped. We are not able to utilize the power of the digital locker. See, what we are thinking from the government perspective, that when we give some services, and it requires some application, it requires some documents, okay, you require scholarship, submit the income document, submit the caste document or the birth certificate. But these documents are available in the government itself. So this open API or the connectivity between the systems, and I can know the eligibility in advance that these are the beneficiaries. So why the person will apply for the service, the government will reach out to the resident. So it's the inversion of the pyramid. Applicant to the government, it's a government to applicant. And now many of the places, and in Haryana there's a Parivar Pehchan Patra has been launched. So they are having all the data, and they know who are their real beneficiaries, and they are reaching it out. And here also I think one of the collector in the Kolhapur has done something that using this data, so they have started to reach out the beneficiaries also. So now every state government department is coming for the single portal, single sign-on portal. So using these technologies, there's a lots of scope. So we must use this digital public good infrastructure, and it's not only for the governments. The point is the private sector can leverage this, because DigiLocker, of course, you can use. Aadhaar, private sector can use, typically the BFSI sector, right, where rule permits. But there's another aspect of the Aadhaar. There's a digitally signed QR code. Maybe when you are receiving a e-Aadhaar, or you are downloading the e-Aadhaar right now, or you are receiving the Aadhaar letter right now, you are having the digitally signed QR code. That you can consume, you can scan it and get the data. And that is the verifiable data. If it is tampered, you can't read it. So you can consume the data, and that QR code is having the hash of the mobile. So you can verify the mobile number attached with the Aadhaar, and a separate mechanism to verify that mobile number belongs to that person or not. So even the entities who are not directly connected to the UID server, they can use this identity. Then another, DPI digital locker, of course, it's available. Then UPI, of course, everyone can use. I will give one more example. When someone is applying for the loan, right, and it takes 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the farmers when apply loan, so at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe sometimes more than a month. So RBI Innovation Hub has come out with the innovation using same technology, the digital public good infrastructure. They have created a public tech platform for frictionless credit. So what they have done, they have created this platform. They have connectivity with the bank, they have connectivity with this payment system, they have connectivity with the CIBIL, they have connectivity with the farmers, the residents, so one can apply through that platform. And then in the back end, they are using the information. For example, see, when we are talking about the UPI, so what is the indirect advantage, or I can say it's a direct advantage of that UPI? Everything is getting recorded. So initially, that vegetable hawker or a farmer selling the vegetables or maybe selling the milk to the dairies, there is no record. Now we know every day, okay, that gentleman is selling around 10,000 rupees milk to the dairy. So that information, this pilot is run in the Gujarat with the Amul dairy. So the farmer, when they are applying for the loan, so the information with respect to the milk they are selling to the Amul dairy, that is also coming in this public tech frictionless credit system. So all these things, within 2 minutes, decision is being taken whether to give this loan or not. So the loan, suppose he asks for the 50,000 rupees, and the system says, yes, we can give, right? Because every day that person is selling the 10,000 rupees more milk to the dairies. And that, this we call the information-based lending. So, this is the one example now, Kisan credit card, and now many more sectors, one can use these public tech platforms. So idea is that we have to use these systems, and so we have to think that how we can integrate these pieces. So, so in some of the sectors require the agreement signing, So when we say, okay, you sign this agreement, so okay, e-sign you can do. But now another aspect, there are many people who don't know the English. How they can, you simply trust. The agent is saying you sign it, they sign. They don't know where they are signing. Even they want to read, they can't. But someone is interested. Someone is very good in the Marathi language. They say, no, I want to read it. Give me the document in the Marathi language. Now what you will do? So there's a Bhashini, that is again a digital public good infrastructure is available that translates. So use those type of tools. So, okay, you want in Telugu, you want Marathi, you want Tamil. So immediately everything is available in the local language, and you can, give the benefit to the resident. And then coming to, when we design any system, I will not take much of the time. I don't know. Just tell me just 2-3 minutes before, because in my sectors there's a lot to talk, many examples I can, speak hours. So please just let me know 2-3 minutes. So when we design any system and we are collecting the data, so data collection, data storage, data processing, all these elements are very important. See, in the data collection, so you have to use some paperless mechanism through a smart device, right? And again, use trusted data like Aadhaar, right? Or any other, but you should have a trusted data. Earlier, or maybe presently, what is happening? Still, there are some papers. So, okay, the agent is writing, and still, even the educated person. Okay, where I have to sign? Okay, just cross. So, in the blank form, we sign at 10 places, and rest we left it on the agent. Now my name is Sumnesh. Maybe suppose in Marathi he has written Sumnesh. Fine. But in the software, one has to translate into the English. Now the same Sumnesh, one writes S-U-M-N, one writes S-U-M-A-N, some write S-O-M. So I don't know what he is typing. So, the data distortion, and right from the beginning. And then maybe when I'm going to consume the service, then there's some anomaly. What is your name? It is not there. It is Somnesh. It is Sumnesh. Maybe Marathi it is written Sumnesh is correct, but in the English, so I am at the mercy of the data entry operator. So if we use the Aadhaar or we fetch the data from the trusted, some repository, your data will be clean. So we have to ensure that data should be clean, right? There should not be, garbage sort of thing. Otherwise, garbage in, garbage out sort of thing. And then, storage. So we have to, go through this public data protection bill, the act. So PDP Act is there. So now there are lots of things that who can collect data, how you can collect the data, how you have to store, what to share, what to not. So, the entire act has spelled out all these things in detail. So now we have to go through that act, and we have to ensure that, yes, we have to respect the privacy of the resident. We have to respect the security of the data that we have collected. So there are two aspects: security from the IT point of view, but privacy, that suppose you have collected the data for opening of the bank account, you can't use for some other purpose. Because right now what you are seeing, the moment, see the other side, fraudsters are very sharp. You have purchased something rupees 500 rupees from a website. Maybe it is expected to deliver the next day. But maybe the same day or before that, something is again delivered by someone, same 500 rupees, and at the home, maybe you have the instruction in the house help that something is coming through courier, just pay 500 rupees. And somebody else has given some garbage in the 500 rupees, what to do? You have received. It's all these things, it means the data is leaking out. They know that you have purchased something from this amount. Maybe the same thing will come. Okay, you purchased a belt, so belt will come, same amount. So you don't know whether this is coming from the actual source or from where. So data is getting leaked. Now using the PDP bill, of course, one can take the action, but against those companies. But we have to ensure when we design any system, the security of the data and the privacy of the data. It should not get leaked. And with respect to this, what I can say, again, the privacy thing, in Aadhaar, when we give the data, so they have taken the consent, and when you do the eKYC sort of thing, so they ask whether we can give the data for this purpose. So you have to give the specific purpose. So this best practice we have to use in all the sectors, right? So I will not take much of the time. So these are some of the critical pieces of in a digital ecosystem where we can innovate, and it's going to change the way we are delivering the services. And the one lastly, I must share one example that is very close to my heart, and I really like the actual use of the technology or the Aadhaar in our ecosystem. Maybe Kunte sir will endorse it. That earlier the ration card shop, all the beneficiaries are mapped only with the one ration card shop. If you behave rudely, there is no other alternative. You have to go that shop only. You come at 5 o'clock, yes, 5 o'clock. Right? So totally at the mercy of that. The entire village, they have to take a ration from that shop only. They can't move. But now, thanks to the entire digital public infrastructure, digital identity, the connectivity and the smart devices, he or she can take the ration with another shop in the taluka. And not only the taluka, in the district, in the state, and its interstate operability is there. So, if some family in the Bihar, one person has come Mumbai, now he can also take his ration in the Mumbai, remaining 4 persons are taking ration in the Bihar. So that's the beauty of the digital public good infrastructure, or the way we are moving towards digital India. So this is the example I want to give, and there's an enormous opportunity or innovation that can happen using all these digital public good infrastructure that India has given to the world. So thank you very much, and I hope that this session will be very useful to everyone.
Gentlemen, let's give a heartfelt thank you. Sir, can I request you to kindly be on the dais? To Mr. Sumnesh Joshi for his enlightening keynote. I would like to invite our director, Mr. Yogesh Bhosle, SME Venture, to join us, as we would like to felicitate and present a memento as a token of gratitude. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.